Hello, the pirate me is back again. The reflection today is on the gospel, but it is also on parts of life associated with the gospel. To one who has more will be given. To one who has not, what he has will be taken away. That is from Luke. Gross is the heart of these people who have closed off their eyes and ears, lest they see with their eyes, hear with their ears, and be converted, and Christ heals them. That is from John. You must listen with your physical ears, look with your physical eyes, but then hear with your heart, and see with your soul to fully understand the parables of the Lord. This is how you ask to receive, seek to find, and knock on the correct door for it to be opened you. If you only hear with your ears and read and see with your eyes, you can then think your way past his instructions and teaching. This is when you end up back in Egypt, on the great well-traveled river, the Nile. This is then causing you to ask the wrong questions, seeking the wrong things, and walking past doors because they just don't look right. This is how many very good Christians will allow themselves to be led astray because they don't want to do the hard work because it's hard. Or they'd rather not look at that right now because they're afraid. Or they'd rather not take the easy road. That road is too difficult. Or they'd rather take the easy road because otherwise it's too difficult. Because then they're asking again the wrong questions. They're seeking the wrong things, and they're looking at the wrong doors. By going into Egypt and walking along the river, by allowing denial to put up a detour in your faith life, you will end up in some very bad places. You will be asking the wrong questions. Some places where Christ is not present, where only false prophets of hate, death, and the prince of darkness are present. You will only seek the wrong things there. If there is any talk ever of race, Christ is not there, because Christ doesn't discriminate ever. He never has need to talk of race. He also never has need to talk of sexual orientation, never has need to talk of ethnicity or of any division or separation of peoples, because he loves everyone. Period. If there is ever talk of any anti-group, Christ is not there. You've opened the wrong door. If there's support or allow a politician or political party that doesn't feed, clothe, house, heal the least of the people, for Christ is in the least of these people, then Christ is not allowed in that place. You've gone in the wrong door. If you've slipped up and you've gone into Egypt because of anger at God, I've one thing to say, and many of you have already heard this. Anger is a secondary emotion. It is caused by another and used as a cover so you don't have to feel something. That something is uncomfortable or scary for you. The feelings it covers are sorrow or grief, fear, loneliness, or abandonment. Let go of the anger, either with a therapist or a very good friend, a family member, but that's less likely. Someone you trust to be with you throughout the process and to help you let go. And you will feel Christ there with you too. He will be over your shoulder and over their shoulder and with his arms around you the whole time. He'll do the work with you. He'll help you do the heavy lifting. Close your eyes, reach out with your heart, and you'll feel him right there. And with all of your spirits there too, supporting you, loving you. We are all surrounded by love all the time provided our heart is soft. Once you've hardened your heart, you can't feel that love. And when you hardened your heart with anger and with hate, you can't feel love. But we need to look, listen, and feel for it. We need to ask for love. We need to seek for love. We need to open the door and knock. Stay out of Egypt. One final piece, mostly extemporaneous, on the fear of dementia approaching in yourself and in the ones you love. The walks by the river for the person suffering the symptoms are not so much denial, but looking for any other answer, please, dear God, any other reason. Dear beloved and merciful God, any other answer, including cancer, is preferable over dementia diagnosis for most people. Dementia is nothing to be afraid of, because there are many drugs now which can arrest it and slow it. But you must go to the doctor immediately. I was diagnosed with dementia more than 6 years ago. A label I proudly wear, as I can advocate and explain what it feels like, what we know and when we know it, and the emotions of when we discover what we've lost, like what it felt like when I lost the alphabet, when I lost the national anthem. Yes, I have dementia. I know what it feels like. Right now, my mother is starting to suffer it, but she won't admit it. I'm a psychologist trained. I know the symptoms. The first symptom from most forms of dementia, like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's dementia, is a change in personality. The change in personality will include anger, will include suspiciousness, and will include reacting towards their primary person, whether it be a caregiver or a person they're bonded with, will be retreating from them as if that other person is their parent, and they'll behave like an adolescent. For instance, my mother is treating me like she is the adolescent, saying things to me like, you know, I'd rather be watching television than talking to you. Or on the phone last night, she said, and for all those people who aren't freaks for cycling in the weather, is there anything else you'd like to say? All of these things are deliberately hurtful, because that's what adolescents do. They're rebellious. They're striking out. But that is the disease. That is not her. That is the voice of the disease telling her to say it. And the suspiciousness she has towards me. She moved 4 months ago, but she won't tell me where she lives. She would not let me help her move. She would not let me even touch a box. You won't be touching my boxes. You won't even be looking in my boxes. You won't look at any of my things. You won't touch my things. You won't do anything to help me. You won't look in my boxes. That is my normally very calm Christian mother speaking to me on the phone. That is dementia, which she denies having. And she comes to bring me the Eucharist, because this disease I cannot have contact with people quite often because I have no immunity system. So she will leave it for me downstairs. She has been forgetting to close the door. She denies this. But now, having admitted that on multiple weeks she's not closed the door, leaving the door wide open when I live right off a freeway, she now has taken to manually locking all of the locks after she has left as overcompensation. But she still won't admit that she is forgetting. She forgot I had this disease, which I have suffered from now for all of these years, in which I am captive of. She forgot I am sick. But she still denies that she is forgetful. She still denies that she is in the early stages of dementia. The only thing I pray for is that the Lord will assist her to see the need to see the doctor. That's the only thing I pray for. I will speak more on dementia each day, so you can see what it's like inside the disease, for it is not scary. It is gentle. May the peace of the Lord be with each of you always.